Bugs, food of the future? For hundreds of years, people around the world have suffered from a lack of food. Bad weather, crop diseases, and wars have all caused famines. Modern farming helps prevent them because it is much more efficient. For example, U.S. farmers grow about 6 times more corn per acre today than they did 150 years ago. But the world's population is growing fast. Many people all over the world still go hungry. Some scientists have a surprising idea for a source of food. They think one answer to the problem may be bugs. Few people in the United States eat insects in any form. Ants, grubs, and caterpillars are too creepy and yucky. But people across Asia, Africa, and South America eat them in many dishes. For example, people in Japan sometimes add silkworms to vegetables and rice for a quick and easy meal. In some places, bugs are special treats. The United Nations reports that about 2 billion people in the world eat insects. They eat more than 1,900 types of them. There are several reasons scientists support insects as an important food source for the future. First, insects are a good source of nutrition. For example, 100 grams of caterpillars have about the same amount of protein per pound as ground beef and codfish, but they have higher levels of iron, calcium, and vitamins. They also have about the same calories as baked codfish. Lean ground beef has almost twice as many. But scientists are most excited about how little feed it takes to grow insects. Warm-blooded animals such as pigs, chickens, and cattle need large amounts of food to stay warm. Cold-blooded insects don't. Crickets produce more than 10 times as much edible food per kilogram of feed as cattle. They produce more than twice as much as chickens and pigs. Raising insects for food in the future will cost much less than raising typical farm animals. It will also have a much smaller impact on the environment. Efficiency of turning feed into edible food. Kilograms of edible food per 1 kilogram of animal feed. Types of food. Crickets, 47 kg. Chicken, 22 kg. Pork, 22 kg. Beef, 04 kg. Part A. Which sentence best describes the main idea of the paragraph? A. More people around the world eat insects than animals. B. The world's population is increasing dramatically. C. It takes less food to raise insects than it does to raise animals. D. More edible food from insects results in greater amounts of animal feed. Part B. Which sentence from the passage best supports your answer in Part A? A. For example, U.S. farmers grow about 6 times more corn per acre today than they did 150 years ago. B. But the world's population is growing fast. C. For example, 100 grams of caterpillars have about the same amount of protein per pound as ground beef and codfish. D. But scientists are most excited about how little feed it takes to grow insects. 7. Underline one detail that best supports the conclusion that eating insects could help the environment. But scientists are most excited about how little feed it takes to grow insects. Warm-blooded animals such as pigs, chickens, and cattle need large amounts of food to stay warm. Cold-blooded insects don't. Crickets produce more than 10 times as much edible food per kilogram of feed as cattle. They produce more than twice as much as chicken and pigs. Raising insects for food in the future will cost much less than raising typical farm animals. It will also have a much smaller impact on the environment. Number 8. Read the sentence from the passage. The scientists are most excited about how little feed it takes to grow insects. What does the use of the word excited suggest? A, that scientists really want to grow insects. B, that scientists view growing insects as an important future innovation. C, that scientists enjoy the taste of insects. D, that scientists want to encourage people around the globe to begin eating insects. Number 9. Summarize the passage. Use key details from the passage in your summary. Number 10. Which of the following are reasons that scientists support insects as an important food source for the future? Select all that apply. A. 100 grams of caterpillars have about the same amount of protein per pound as ground beef and codfish. B. Insects have higher levels of iron, calcium, and vitamins than beef and fish. C. Insects produce more than twice as much edible food per kilogram than chickens and pigs. D. Raising insects will cost more than raising farm animals.